Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. We made it to the end of another week. Yay us. So, we have a cool card today from a deck we haven't seen in quite some time, so that'll be fun to share. And the energy today just feels like we are... The image I've been sharing with people is the snowball at the top of the hill that as it's rolling downhill, it's picking up snow and becoming a force to be reckoned with. That's us. That's us. So, looking forward, I know some of we've been talking about it, etc., but next Tuesday is going to be a pivotal day. Good morning, Barb. You are the first one popping on today. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. So, yes, next Tuesday is going to be a pivotal day. Now, some of you may experience more energy of that Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Some of you may experience more energy of that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But this whole area around Tuesday is going to be quite impactful. We shall have to see how it presents itself. But expect some things. Expect some things. And when we were talking about this on our women's retreat, one of the women said, well, now I'm terrified. And I'm like, no. Focus on that being productive, useful, uncovering. Good morning, Gwen. Welcome. Glad you're here. There goes someone through on a bike. Brr. Bet that's chilly. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome. But that it will be, we've been cracking up stuck energy for so long that now it's time for what's going to come up through those cracks, right? Good morning, Joe Neal. Welcome. Absolute. Well, take a look at things. There's that one story, I believe it's about a farmer and his son, and all of the things that happened to them, and people saying to them, well, I'm so sorry that happened. And he kind of shrugs his shoulders and is kind of sending the message, remains to be seen. For instance, at one point, his son gets injured and is not able to help on the farm. And everybody's like, oh, this is terrible. And he's like, remains to be seen. And then they're conscripting people into war. Well, his son can't go because he's injured. So what do we decide it's going to be? Good morning, Beth. Welcome. Glad you are here. What do we decide it's going to be? So something lays itself out before our feet. We gaze upon it. What filters do we put it through? My friend Lynn Schuster, who does I wonder how this is going to turn out. The filter is, it's going to turn out great. It's going to be fine. Others are like, oh. Again, the uncertainty piece being key here. When we are uncertain, do you put it through scary filters or do you put it through positive potential filters? The filters you put it through make all the difference in the world. We all know those people who've had something happen in their lives that they have decided is dreadful. Getting a divorce, losing a job, someone passing away, etc., etc., etc. They decide it's terrible and while away the rest of their life lamenting how terrible it is. I actually have a client who often says that. We'll just be talking, and one of her casual conversation responses is, it's terrible. And I've called her on that over time in terms of, why would you want to put it through that filter? Why would you want to put it through that filter? Think about a planer. Maybe some of you aren't familiar with the tool, but the gist behind a planer is you run a board through it and it shaves off the top and the bottom. Good morning, Abigail. Glad you are here. Look at all the hearts. Woohoo! And leaves you with a better looking, better functional board, right? The right width or depth of board. So what kind of planer are we sending our experiences through? Does it come out the other side functional toward moving you toward happiness? Or does it come out the other side functional toward moving you into ain't it terrible, horrible, awful? Good morning, Carolyn. Look at all the hearts on this page. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Because that is the ultimate planer to put everything through, is how is this about love? How is this about love, right? We human beings who love to put things in boxes, to do dualistic, it's this or it's that stuff. If you want to break it down to that level, is this fear or is this love? Simple as that. Is this fear or is this love? Do you want to live in fear or do you want to live in love? And regardless of what's going on around us, you get to make that choice. There can be what we would perceive as terrible, horrible, awful things going on around us, and we can still choose to come from love. We can still do that. That is our choice. So, this card for today is kind of in that realm, and I'm going to embellish it a fair amount because they do a nice little stick your toe in the water approach to this. Got you to retire early, which turned out to be the best thing for you. Yes, 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 yes. Exactly. Exactly. You know, going through a divorce is not a fun thing for most of us. Yet, for me, it opened up realms of possibility. Realms of possibility. And Carolyn, with your husband looking at things through the negative lens, whatever compassion you can feel for him with regard to that, please do. And it also, claiming your voice, it also, he may say something like, you know, the world's going to hell in a handbasket. You have the right to say, I choose not to look at it that way. Enough said, walk away, go do something else. You're planting seeds. And when someone has utilized the negative lens for much of their lifetime, the likelihood they're going to change ain't so hot. But you're still planting seeds. You're still planting seeds. And you never know. There might be that one time in his life where he actually looks at something through a positive lens. Could happen. Plant the seeds. See what grows. See what grows. But I think it's important that you claim the I choose not to look at it that way, because otherwise it is easy to get caught in someone else's swirl of negativity. But if you very calmly and quietly state your piece, I choose not to look at it that way. And they can write us off however they want to write us off. Well, you're stupid to not believe blah, blah, blah. Or however they go about. Doesn't matter. They're choosing their path. You're choosing your path. Is what it is. So, let us start with some breath. Our beloved breath, right? In through the nose. Out through the mouth. If you'd like to tap today, feel free. I'm not feeling called to it today, but go for it. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Nice deep breath in. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. And focus on moving things through. This is moving things through. As we move our bodies, we're moving things through, especially through our lymph system, because we need the muscles to get the lymph moving, right? As we speak to people, we're moving things through. As we speak our piece, I choose not to look at it that way. We're moving things through. Breathing in, out, moving things through. So, our card deck for today is the Nature Portals deck. Haven't seen this one in a while. I'm so glad it's back. Inspiration through the peace and beauty of nature. Even looking at that picture makes you kind of want to sit there and just follow the butterfly with your eyes, right? This is Bruce and Carol Malner. That is the brother and sister-in-law of my beloved friend Bobby Silverstone, who's also my yoga teacher. And they just made this beautiful, beautiful deck between the images and the quotes and the activities. Just amazing. So here's our beauty for today. I love that the water's gold. I just think that's so cool. And then we get the shadow of the egret. So, breath. Let go. Leave shadows behind. Stand in the light. Leave shadows behind, stand in the light. And again, I'm going to embellish this one a bit for a deeper experience for us all. Like the egret, allow yourself to be immersed in light. So I want you to close your eyes, not if you're driving, close your eyes, and imagine that you're standing in a column of light. It may be sunlight, it may be moonlight, it may be spirit light, whatever it is. You're standing in a column of light. And feel that light streaming into you from above and below. So I want you to imagine your crown chakra spinning open with your next breath in, drawing that column of light down into your body, feeling it dispersing and moving through every cell of your body, almost like liquid light flowing through the crown of your head and down through your body. And then with the next inhale, imagining the soles of your feet, the little chakras in the soles of your feet spinning open and drawing up healing light from Mother Earth. Mother Earth is a vast resource of fire energy, light energy. Drawing that up through the soles of your feet. She has a molten core. That's a lot of light. It's a lot of heat. Drawing that up through the soles of your feet. And that dispersing throughout your body. Yeah, thank you, Gwen. Leave shadows behind. Be in the light. Stand in the light. Allowing it to flow up from Mother Earth and down from Spirit, filling you with light. Enjoy the strength that you feel in that light. I also feel a comfort in that light, a warmth in that light. Just the right amount of warmth. Enjoy the strength you feel in that light, knowing that dark shadows have vanished. And why have they vanished? Because we've been willing to be with them. We've been willing to acknowledge the shadows. We used the analogy of the iceberg that eventually rolls over and displays its dark underbelly so that we can see what's there. That is exactly what's happening in our country right now. It's rolling over so we can see the dark underbelly that's been operating for a long time to the detriment of many of our people, and now it's being brought into the light. And then what we choose to do, hopefully, is continue to clear up that dark energy, that shadow energy. We're no longer willing to support or feed that dark energy. And it becomes much less of an influence. And where do we do that the best? Within ourselves. Our job, yes, we can show up on a national level or a world level or a city level or whatever. But ultimately, where we first show up and are most tasked with showing up is within ourselves. We need to look at our own dark shadows. Walk with those shadows. Don't be afraid of them. They're merely there to show us where we haven't yet stepped into the light. We're not bad, terrible, wrong, horrible. No, we just haven't chosen the light yet. My friend Bishop Rayford Ray talks about there is no original sin in his mind. He sees it as original blessing. And when there's darkness within us, it's opportunity. We can look at that. Yes, so Carolyn's saying would not have chosen to have cancer, but it has shown me how to love life more. Again, I would love for us, I implore us to change our view from fighting cancer, doing battle with cancer. She lost her battle. No. This is a harbinger of news. It's a carrier of energy. It's presenting something to us to look at, to dive into, to understand what has brought this dis-ease to my body, and how will I choose to create ease? How will I honor myself? How will I speak my truths that I haven't spoken, that lodged in my body and caused disease? How will I claim my sovereignty? How will I see cancer, or anything else for that matter, a dis-ease, a disruptive event in our lives, a car accident, a divorce, a death, etc. How will I see those as opportunities? Opportunities. And for people who are going through that walk with any of those right now, I can hear them saying, "To hell with you, lady, what do you know? Blah, blah, blah. This is miserable. It's horrible. It's terrible." Don't discount the journey. Don't discount the journey. Yeah. Yes, absolutely true. There it is. What Jonelle's saying. It's a hard place to be when you are in the medical system. But you can choose. You don't have to do it's either the medical system or it's all alternative stuff. It's this or it's that. No. We're learning how to bring those seemingly disparate roads together. You can walk within the medical system. You can also walk within whatever alternative systems you choose to walk in. Perhaps you choose a spiritual system. Perhaps you choose an alternative healthcare system. Perhaps you choose a path of joy. I am going to focus strictly on joy. I'm going to do laughter every day, laughter yoga. You get to choose. I'm looking at this with my daughter right now in terms of having a baby. We turned birth into a total medical procedure. It is now coming back the other way. She has a midwife. There will be a physician there, but she has a midwife. She also was considering having a doula. There are options. There are options. So rather than it's this or it's that, it's this and it's that and it's this and it's that and it's this and it's that. Multiple opportunities. Can we be that optimist who sees the opportunity in every difficulty? Or have we relegated ourselves to being that pessimist who sees difficulty in every opportunity? We choose. So the quote is by Anonymous. And since it's by Anonymous, I feel like I can mess around with it a bit. There is a practice among native cultures, many of the native cultures in this country, that I think is just a lovely practice. Oftentimes it's used with the word beauty. In this particular case, I'm going to use it with the word light. So I want you to imagine you're in that place again. The light is all around you. And now we're going to pay attention to it. So you're standing there. And I want you to focus on, and say it out loud if you're willing, light in front of me. And observe that light that is in front of you. Revel in, enjoy, invite in that light that is in front of you. Light behind me. Feel into that light. Does that light source feel any different than the light source that was coming from the front of you? It's all one light source. But we as humans like to divide things up into chunks. So the light behind you. Light to the left of you. You say it, light to the left of me. Pay attention to that light. How does that light feel? What do you notice about that light to the left of you? Light to the right of me. Notice that light. Revel in that light. Feel that light. Observe that light with all of your senses. Light above me. Note the light above you. Does it continue to come in through your crown chakra? Or does it flow over the outside of your body and then absorb in? Or any of a mazillion other ways it can come to you. The light above you. The light beneath me. Feel that one. Are you still drawing it up through the soles of your feet? Or is it enveloping you in a bubble of light? And my favorite of all, the light within me. How do I experience that light within me? There are those people that when you meet them, you just sense their light within. Nice deep breath. Let it go. We are all bathed in this light. Every direction, every cell of our being, we stand in the light. And regardless of what's going on around us, we stand in the light. If we so choose to acknowledge that and honor that. I think that'd be wise if we did. So, again, here's today's card. Whole lot of light going on there. And notice I'm going to ascribe things to this bird. Stillness, peacefulness, quiet, in the open space. All of what we've been talking about creating. One more nice deep breath in. Let it go. And I wish for all of us our journey in the light today. Whatever steps we choose to take, whatever stillness we choose to appreciate, whoever we choose to bring along with us, being in the light. Have an awesome Friday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.